Today we're making massive homemade Yorkshire puddings that will take your roast dinners to another level. They're light, crisp and super tall. Here's how we make them. To get started with the batter, we first need to crack 5 large eggs into a jug. Now we need to draw a line on the side of the jug level with the top of the eggs. We're going to be using the same volume of milk and flour as the eggs, so this line will come in handy in just a sec. Next we tip the eggs into a large mixing bowl, then we fill the jug up to the line with liquid. I use 2 parts semi-skim milk to 1 part cold water, as I find that this makes the Yorkshire puddings lighter and crisper. You could use just milk if you'd prefer. Now we tip the milk into the eggs, then fill the jug back up to the line with plain flour. We tip the flour into the eggs as well. It's important to only use plain or all-purpose flour, as the puddings won't rise if you use a different type. Next we whisk the batter until it's combined and smooth. I like to use an electric hand mixer, but a regular whisk will work just as well. Make sure to give the size of the bowl a scrape down as well, so that our batter is evenly mixed. Once our batter is mixed, we pass it through a sieve into a container, then chill it in the fridge overnight, or for at least a couple of hours. The next day, we take the batter out of the fridge, give it a quick whisk, then season with salt and pepper. If the batter is a bit thick, it can be thinned out with a splash of cold water. It should be the same sort of thickness as single cream. Now we need to pour the batter into a jug, then let it sit at room temperature for at least an hour. Then in the meantime we can preheat an oven to 220 degrees Celsius or 428 degrees Fahrenheit. Next we take a deep Yorkshire pudding tin and add 2 teaspoons of fat into each hole. Now I like to cook my Yorkshire puddings in a 50-50 mix of goose fat and vegetable oil, but you can cook them in just oil if you'd prefer. Next we need to pop our tin into the preheated oven, then let it heat up until the fat is smoking hot. This will take around 15 minutes. Once the fat is hot, we quickly pour enough batter into each hole to fill them 2/3 of the way full. Then we quickly place the tin back into the oven. You want to do this step as quickly as you can. Now we cook the Yorkshire puddings for 25 to 30 minutes until they are well risen, crisp and golden brown. Make sure not to open the oven door too early though, as this can make the pudding sink. Once cooked, we carefully transfer the puddings to a wire rack. This helps keep them crisp. You can now serve your Yorkshire puddings straight away or let them cool down and reheat them later on. To reheat, pop them back in the oven for a minute or so, just to warm through. And that's how to make a batch of massive Yorkshire puddings. The full written recipe can be found on my blog, saltbuttersmoke.com.